Hey, how are we going, folks? Welcome along to another week of Wolfe Pack Live Friday night. Always a pleasure. How are you, Tom?
Mate, I'm great. Happy Friday. Had a good week. I've been doing some painting this week, mate.
Oh, beautiful.
Very exciting things. I moved the sheep from one paddock to another, so really
mate,
a lot of incredible things to report here. How are you, mate? Good week.
No, I'm doing well. Yeah, no, nothing too much interesting going on. I did a mile run today, of all things.
You ran for a mile.
It's not something that I do a lot. Ever.
It's obviously not something I do.
Yeah,
it's obviously something I do.
No, I entered a CrossFit competition again since we're home, and having to go at that. So that's over a few weeks. So was down in Campbelltown today, and didn't have any gear or weights or anything. So I thought, what can I do? I'm shithouse at running, so I'll just go down and run.
Fair enough.
So,
fair enough. Well, that's good, mate. That's very good.
That was about the highlight of my day, but so not going to be breaking any records, I don't think. But
mate, you got to be in it to win it. Lots of comment coming in. Tammy, Julie, Jen, Rebecca, Nolene, Alison, everybody, welcome. Leave us a comment. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Hit the share button. Hit the like button. We've got Shane Nicholson on tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now, Nick, you have the guitar in your hand.
I do.
I think I kicked it off last week, so I think it must be
my turn.
Must be your turn. Mate,
there's no real reason for me to do this song other than I like it. It was never a single, but it was always one of my sort of faves from the old Country Heart album, so I thought I'd do it tonight. I was about to remove myself from the screen, which is not what I wanted to do. This is what I want to do. There we go. So this is We Got Wheels. We got dreams bigger than this little old town will ever be. Of all the places we ain't never seen. We got roads cutting like blacktop rivers through fields of gold, taking us any old place we wanna go. We got roads. Let the back road be our runway, let the highway be our sky. Forget about the baggage, we can leave it all behind. We can take our chances, we can take our times. We got 4 good years in Detroit still. No, we ain't got wings, but we got wheels. We got doubts. Nobody from this little old town ever made it out. And even if we crash and burn, it all goes south. We got us, a dirty old Chevrolet, and that's enough. We can shake this small town dust. We got us. Let the back road be our runway, let the highway be our sky. Forget about the baggage, we can leave it all behind. We can take our chances, we can take our times. We got 4 good years in Detroit still. No, we ain't got wings, we got wheels. Let the back road be our runway, let the highway be our sky. Forget about the baggage, we can leave it all behind. We can take our chances, we can take our times. We got 4 good years in Detroit still. No, we ain't got wings, we ain't got wings, but we got wheels. We got wheels. We got wheels. Thank you, Thomas.
Nice,
Thank you.
nice, mate. Nice,
Thanks, mate.
nice little,
Thank you.
nice easy start off to this Friday
Nice
night.
little
Just
ease in, you know, just
yeah,
a, just a chilled ease in. Always like
Not-
that song.
not guns blazing. I love that song, and I think it was
Yeah.
you wrote the line. The gold top back to I don't know.
Yeah, no,
First verse. I like the first verse. Anyway, it's good. You did good. You did very good. Well, great to see a lot of people tuning in. Leave a comment, hit the share button. Nick, this next guest, we're both very big fans of. Extremely talented, not only as an artist in his own right, but also as a producer. And I know me and you, Nick, big fans of some of the stuff he's produced. And we're going to talk about everything and that and more. Ladies and gentlemen, please, would you make welcome, if the internet gods are with us, the one and only Shane Nicholson. Woo!
Hey guys,
Hey! How are you, mate?
I'm very well. Good to see you, blokes.
Thanks, mate. Thanks for
See
doing
you.
this. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us, mate. It's we're not at a gig, but this is what we got to do.
No, but this almost feels a bit like we're backstage at a gig, having a bit of a chat. It's good to see your faces. It's been a while.
It has been a while, mate. How's the last 2020, the last few months of the pandemic been? Has it been all right for you?
It's been okay for me. Look, I'm not going to complain. I found ways to use the time wisely, and I bought a house the week before it happened, so it felt pretty scary. 2 weeks later after buying that house.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I'm glad I did, because at least it's done, and I did it, and I've moved in, and I spent all of lockdown time, all of our isolation time in New South Wales building a new studio, which is where I'm at the moment. I'm in my new studio.
Very nice.
And
very nice.
and I spent all of lockdown time doing that. So I kind of just found a way to make use of the time, and now I'm back producing, and everyone wants to make records. So I'm missing playing a bit. I'm sure you guys are the same.
Yeah.
I'm missing like being on the road a little bit, like seeing something other than these four walls every day.
Yeah.
But I'm lucky. I get to make music every day, and I'm counting my blessings for that. So yeah, it's been all pretty good for us. Yeah.
We had Kingswood on the show last week, and we were talking about just even stupid things from touring and gigs that you miss. And I was like, I just love those pre-gig, pub feeds. But I even miss, waiting around, in airports and all that sort of stuff.
Yes.
Like I got to a point where I really, really hated that. But
You know what I thought of the other day? It's been months since I've used a little soap. The ones you get in the motel.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's
And
very
ripped
true.
open the plastic.
And they're always so annoying because you're always in there in the shower. You're like,
You
soap,
can't
and then you
open
can't
the
open them when they're wet. Yeah.
I
I always
miss-
think it's a good motel when it has a dispenser. On the
Dispensers
side of the
are great.
shower, just push in copious amounts of soap.
Dispensers are
just come
great.
out.
The
That's
other
great.
trick I learnt on tour years ago was the soaps that are wrapped up. It's like a paper kind of wrapper.
Yes.
They're most easy to open if you just put them under the water first, and it just falls
good
off.
tip.
Okay.
Good tip.
Good tip.
There you go.
Because I always
See-
battle with those for minutes.
It just falls off.
This is what I like about Wolfe Pack Weekly. Is every week we learn something new. It's like I'm going to take that and go out on the road now and be like, okay.
That's really good. That's honestly really good. Yeah.
Mate,
I missed
this year-
also missed the biscuits to the. There's always 2 complimentary biscuits in the motel room. So.
Scotch fingers.
Scotch
And the
fingers.
terrible coffee and the terrible coffee sachets that you have before you go to sound check, and you're always like, oh, that's good.
And
that's what I miss.
terribly placed PowerPoints where it's nowhere near the bed, or it's
What
behind
is with
the bed. You have
that?
to move the bed. That's
What is with
so
that?
dumb.
They're
Yeah,
crazy. I don't understand that either. But, I mean, obviously you take extension leads in your suitcase. Like that's
I usually I run
need to.
a power board with 2 USB ports on the power board. I find that's
perfect.
the
You're like seasoned pros. You guys have got it all sorts.
Season pros. Mate, you were meant to be this year. You formed a band with, correct me if I'm wrong, Jack Jones, Braithwaite, and Russell Morris. Now that's incredible.
What a group!
Yourself, that is. I want to see that, but due to COVID, it all got canned. Is that right? You were going to go out and do a bunch of shows together.
It did. Well, I mean, I didn't even form it. I don't know whose idea it was. I think Russell asked me because I only know at that stage. I only knew Russell. We've worked together before.
Yeah.
And he asked me to be involved, and I was like, yeah, of course. So we had this plan to go out on tour, and the idea was that we'd all form a band together and get a drummer and a bass player, but we'd all play together and just sing a bunch of our own songs together, and it was basically just to have a bit of fun, and 4 guys go on the road, and they're all people who kind of knew of each other and admired each other, I guess, or certainly those guys, and they just wanted to do something fun. And I thought that sounds awesome. I'd love to be in that, and I reckon just as much as you guys, I grew up watching all of those dudes, play music and listen to their records, and so to be involved in that was a cool thing. And so they put a whole tour together. It was on sale. The whole thing was happening, and then it fell apart. The weird thing is we never even played together. We've never even rehearsed.
That's unfortunate, isn't it?
That's so unfortunate.
We've not even been in the same room together, but it's at
I'm
one time.
sure it'll happen someday.
But I'm sure it'll happen. We're keeping the flame alive, and we're going to keep talking about it and make sure, because it sounded like a lot of fun to me. So I want to make sure it happens. Yeah,
100%.
I want to see it. I really want to see it.
Mate, you're
me too.
highly respected. I really like this because you're so respected in the country circles. You've been awarded huge respect. But one thing that really I loved personally was you had a segment on your Instagram a little while ago called Metal Mondays. It brings me so much joy.
Same T-shirt.
That's so good. Hey, about that,
Let's talk metal. Yeah, let's talk metal. So,
firstly, I think I should say I don't think you're supposed to play Slayer in shorts. I don't think that's ever been. I think it's illegal, but
here's the thing. Sometimes, and I think I'm sure it's the same with yourself, especially being a producer. Country's my first and foremost my love, but I listen to everything. This week I've literally listened to John Paul Young all the way through to I was listening to Megadeth 2 days ago. I was listening to George Jones this morning. There's so much. It's such a great way to get creative. Is there a favourite metal band of yours, or is it just whatever sort of you're in the mood for?
Favourite metal band? That's right. That's hard. I mean,
it is. That is pretty hard.
It's really hard, but maybe I guess the most pivotal one would be Slayer for me. Because it was something that I got into when I was young, before I discovered, really kind of much more extreme metal. It was Slayer that kind of led me into that. Sure. And so I think they were kind of the pivotal band. They were the bridge between Metallica and, Dark Throne. It was Slayer that kind of took me there,
Yeah.
And I actually recently went to see them when they were out here on their last tour. I flew to Adelaide because it was the only venue that wasn't a festival. And I hate being in the audience at festivals because it freaks me out, So I flew to Adelaide because it was inside at the the entertainment centre, which is kind of small, or whatever it's called, in Adelaide. So I flew down there and flew a friend of mine from Melbourne, and we went down and saw their last show, on that tour. And it was really interesting to see that we're all, in our 40s now, and there was more guys lining up to pee than there were in the show because they can't last a 2-hour gig anymore, so you just kept seeing the same guys in the toilet, like, it's like we're really getting old, we're really getting old.
That is excellent.
But Slayer were older than us, and they were up there rocking out, so it was very cool, and it was the only time I actually got to see them play live, so it was a kind of a big deal. But yeah, I think Slayer would be my ultimate in that sense because they were pivotal. They changed my kind of view of metal music, and I've done everything I can to get my kids into metal, and they're pretty into it. My son is more into it. He plays it on guitar, and we have Guitar Hero Jules and that kind of thing. And
that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, he's pretty into it, but he's also into a lot of rap, so he puts up with my metal, I think, for a little while.
Sure.
And then,
well, I can remember Nick coming home, and this is one of the pivotal moments in our musical life, is Nick coming home. Now, you got to think, this is pre-YouTube, pre-Facebook. Nick coming home with Master of Puppets, Metallica Master of Puppets album, and putting that on, life-changing. And I can remember sitting in the lounge room and Nick playing Master of Puppets. I'd never heard a sound like that before in my life. And I remember we were both sitting there going like, mouths on the floor. And what I loved is Mum.
Still my favourite riff of all time. God, it's so good.
Oh, I'm in a different key.
What I love is Mum is walking around the house with a cup of tea going, it's the devil's music. Glorious, absolutely glorious.
That's so
memories.
Good. Man, that record was life-changing, and it's one of the most pivotal metal records because that's when metal started to come from the shadows to like being
absolutely
full-on selling out stadiums.
Absolutely,
a big deal, very, very big deal. So
I'm sure there's country fans and fans of ours watching this now going like,
"What the hell?"
But honestly, we wouldn't make the music we make today had we not been influenced by such a range of stuff from Metallica to whatever, And we honestly, that's kind of where I think I was a better guitarist in high school than I am now. Just because I was playing so much metal and trying to learn the solos and do all that stuff. And now I just I just play pentatonic scales badly. Yeah. And everyone's like, "Oh, it's so tasteful."
And I can't even do that, so don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine.
No, you can do it. You just don't know that's what it's called.
That's right. That's right.
I've seen you do it, dude. I've seen you do it.
That's great. Now, Shane, obviously we've talked about how much of an incredible artist you are and our love of metal. But what I want to talk about is your producing, because you produced some stuff that I love. Michael Waugh is one artist who I know you've produced and still producing, who I think, if people out there don't know who Michael Waugh is, please check him out. He's an incredible songwriter. My question is, how long...
on the live too soon, so
that's we are going to have him on.
Great, hang in for that.
Are you?
Yeah, we're going to get him on.
Right. Yeah.
My question is, how long have you been doing that? And was it something you always wanted to do, or was just one of them things with the music industry you just sort of fell into?
You mean producing yourself?
Yeah.
I think it's been. I think I produced my first record in about 2007, so it's not actually that long ago. Like we're talking less than 15 years ago, which is not a long time as a producer. But it wasn't even something I decided to do. Someone asked me to do it, and so I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. And I produced their record, and I liked it. I enjoyed the process, so I thought I'll try it again. And eventually, I just grew to love it. Like I really, really love it. I love it so much that it's equally as important to me as like being an artist now. Yeah,
that's what I was going to say. Is it? Do
I
you
get
enjoy
as much
more,
out of it. Probably not more, but I'd get as much out of it. I get the same kind of fulfillment because with my own, I mean, to be honest, I love the studio more than anywhere else in the world. I'm not really that kind of, generally outside of work, I'm not that much of a sociable kind of, person and man about town. I like being kind of in the studio. It's a safe place. It's quiet. It's chilled. I love it, But with your own records, you only do it, as you guys know, like once every couple of years,
Yeah.
This way I get to do it every day and live it out through other people. And I love it. I don't think I could do one or the other. I couldn't do one or the other anymore. Like I need them both because I get cabin fever and I want to play and I want to go on the road. And we were talking before about what that's like now, not playing shows now. Is that bit of like, okay, we're starting to feel housebound. Need to, But I actually love being housebound. It's just now it's getting to the point where I'm ready to go and play some shows and, balance the seesaw, but I can't.
Totally.
So, but yeah, I love both and I couldn't live without either one. And I've been really lucky that I've always had a studio in my house. So I can always work whenever the feeling takes me. And there's something really liberating about, knocking off at 3:00 in the afternoon because you just don't feel like it. And then you get up at 3 a.m. the next morning and start, and you can do that. You can just make your own hours. And I do love that, and I've been lucky too that the people that come to me over the years for records are pretty much, they come to me for a reason. I guess they're judging you on the work you've either done before or your own work. So a lot of the curation is done, and the music that comes to me is music I pretty much would already love anyway. So I've been really lucky to make a lot of records that I enjoy. The same with Matt Fell, who you guys would know very well and have worked with. The same thing. You become known for the thing that you do, and those people that want that thing go to that person. And so a lot of that work gets done for you in a way, and you end up finding people gravitating to you that you actually do really resound with or want to work with. So it's been really fortunate. I feel really fortunate coming out of this COVID thing, not even out of it, but coming through it now with all this work coming back. People want to make records. People are writing songs. They've spent 3-4 months in isolation and they've written songs and they want to come and make music. And now that they can travel here, some of them can. You can't.
We're not allowed to leave the state, mate. On the state. Fantastic, mate.
Some of them are coming and making music, and it's great. I feel great to be back at work and making music, and feel very, very fortunate because there's a lot of friends of mine who are musicians that are just, they've got nothing. They've got nothing to do right now, and it's really, really tough. And I count my blessings every day that I have a reason to get out of bed and I can make music every day without feeling like it's like a waste of time. And it's been a really heavy time, and I don't want to bring things down, but we've lost a lot of really incredible people in the last couple of weeks, especially two very, very talented Australians that we lost, Mick Hart and Mike Noga. And I mean, this is like such a really testing time for musicians, so I think it's worth remembering that some of us deal with it better than others. And,
I think, Shane, like as you say, there's so many musos out there. We rely on like our going out and playing. That's our connection, that's our craft, and then all of a sudden the rug's been completely pulled out underneath us, and it's like, I know myself, I'm a very out there ADHD type of guy, but I channel that into gigs, and I don't have that at the moment. And some nights I'm sitting at home and I'm just completely completely stir crazy, because
totally.
I haven't I've done it for the last 15 years of my life. I started playing in pubs when I was 14. That's why I look so old. That's how you get that.
And the thing is, for someone like, well, maybe more so for your personality type, but for all of us as musicians, the thing about performing is that, like you say, is that connection. But it's not just the connection; it's the feeling you get from that connection. It's a fulfillment,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And no one's getting that at the moment. So there's
Yeah.
a real lack of fulfillment as musicians, as an artist, as somebody who wants to express themselves, or even just, like you say, connect in the moment with other people, and that's just not there. And I can see that that is so much harder for some of us than it is for others, and it's evident when crazy shit like that happens. And so it's been I actually think the last few weeks has been a bit sad. We lost Justin Towns Earl, which was a big deal.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, we lived together in America for a little while, touring, and these kind of things are sad, but it reminds us of the fact that not all of us are as resilient, I guess, or and we all react differently. But not that I want to bring it all down.
No.
But that's it's part and parcel of where we're at.
What's happening?
And just where everyone watching, check in with your mates, look after your mates, and always make sure your mates are okay. It's 2020 has been a tough enough year. Not on everyone.
Yeah, everything's magnified, I think.
Everything's magnified. So
isn't it?
Yeah. Check in on your mates, and we hope we send nothing but positive vibes out to everyone out there.
Absolutely.
Right now.
Shane, you also bit of a subject change, but you make you've been making your own pedals and guitar pedals and equipment. Mate, my question to you is, if you could make one, either a pedal or it could be a plug-in or a rack in it that could do anything, like to make what would be your dream, like Shane Nicholson Waves plug-in, what is it? What would it do?
It would be the clone. I would call it the clone pedal, and I would use it. I would turn it on every time I wanted to stay at home but needed to go and do something.
Nice. Yeah, nice.
Jeez, we all need one of those. That would sell. You'd be a millionaire.
Yeah. Or we could all, I could play 2 gigs in one night, that kind of vibe. If I could make a clone pedal, I think that would be cool. Not a clone, a clone.
No, clone. Yeah, no, very good. Like that.
Shane, would it be too much to ask if you were able to maybe sing us something tonight? Would that
of course. Of course I can sing a song.
Maybe some Slayer in shorts?
I can sing a song. I mean, I may not be able to match Nick, but here we go. I can do something. I thought I might play this one because with all that's happened in the last few weeks, it started me thinking about my good mate Glenn Hanagunga, who's been gone over a year now. And this song is kind of tied to him. So I thought maybe we'd do that in his honour. So this one's for Gunga. There's been mistakes, and there'll be again. We'll fall from grace every now and then, loving and losing from pillar to post. The things we hold dear can hurt us the most, and it's just the price of surviving we pay for sticking it out through another day. But it's better than taking the other way out. It's ghosts at the table, junk mail and trash. I bury myself in cigarette ash, and I draw the curtain. There ain't much to see. The world moves along and forgets about me, and it's just the price of surviving we pay for sticking it out through another day. But it's better than taking the other way out. And hope carry me now, and hope carry me now. It's gonna take us a long way around. just the price of surviving this life. Learning to breathe through the trouble and strife. Living is only being alive. And it's just the price of surviving you pay for sticking it out through another day. But it's better than taking the other way out. The other way out.
Beautiful, mate. Absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Jeez, it's hard to be match fit after all this time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
But
Tell me about it.
There's no muscle memory left.
I always get to Friday afternoon and start having to sing, and I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, I've got to get that note. That's, luckily I've got the keyboard here, and I just hit the transpose button and just push it down.
It's really not like riding a bike, is it?
No, it's not. It's not.
Beautiful, beautiful video for that song too, by the way, mate.
Thank you, mate. Yeah, well, that's Duncan Toombs and his crew at the Filmery. I think I've made 13 or 14 videos with them now, and they're just amazing.
Can I say you've made some really, really great creative stuff too. That's a little bit different than what everyone else is doing, and every time you got a video out, I love it. I remember the shot. I can't remember what song it was. The shot you had sand just pouring on top of you.
That was the worst. That was
such a great shot. And I remember watching that film clip going, why didn't I never think of that? It's so good.
Well, Tom, you wouldn't even get mud on you when we did the It's On clip. Like,
no.
So don't come around here talking about pouring sand over.
No, well, look, I didn't want to.
Seriously, it wasn't good. It took weeks to get that sound out of my ears, and it was a nightmare. That was a 2-day shoot for a song that was a song called Famous Last Words, and it was a 2-day shoot, and I basically had to run for 2 days. And when I wasn't running, he buried me in sand. Actually buried me in sand on the beach, and I had a board over me with sand on top of it, so it looked like I was buried. And I was breathing through a snorkel because I was under sand, and he was calling action, but I couldn't hear him. Oh God! So because of the sand, So I was just sitting there breathing and waiting for ages. It was ridiculous. But it's a fun video. Yeah, it's a fun video. But damn that guy! Like, he's put me through some hell. Duncan Toombs.
Well, I think the results
worth it.
Yeah, the results speak for itself, mate. So, Shane, just before we let you go, mate, and have a Friday night, appreciate your time tonight. What's next? Have you been working on new stuff? Have you been writing new stuff, or have you been producing? What can we sort of expect?
I've been doing all of the above. So I've made about 4 records, 3.5 records now since lockdown kind of ended up here. Just finished mixing some Ben Lease stuff tonight for his new thing, and Ben is an incredible kind of alt country writer from Newcastle. We've made a ton of stuff together before, so I just finished that tonight. But I've made a new solo record, and it's about 80% finished. And
cool.
I've done the the thing where the manager comes and listens. And you know what that's like, and they come and sit and tell you what they think. But he loved it.
We've got that on Monday, actually.
We've got that Monday.
Yeah, well, there you go. Well, mine went really well.
Hi, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve. Be nice. Be nice.
Yeah, be nice. No, he usually comes in and goes.
It went really well.
Mine
went really well. Hugged me and said, "Best record yet." So I feel quite chuffed to kind of finish it now and do the next 20%. And I mean, it was actually going to be out this year. We had a tour booked, obviously, but that all fell over and we let it go. And I love that people have persevered with releasing at this time. I think that's cool. But personally, for me, so much of the release is about touring. So if that wasn't on the cards, then there was just no point for me.
Yeah.
The record is about the tour, so I would rather wait. So the record's just kind of sitting there, and I've been working on it little bits here and there. But yeah, I think I'm really excited about it, and so there'll be another record next year, and there'll be a whole bunch of productions, and my kids went to the dentist today. So I mean, that's got nothing to do with any of this, but I'm just telling you what's happened. You know, they went to the,
That's good, man.
Dental care is
Dental care.
So, yeah.
And if we take it in there, look after your teeth, folks. Just look after them. Okay.
they went to the dentist, and I think that's probably all the news I have.
We have covered everything. This has been like we've covered everything, man. Heavy metal, guitar pedals.
It's been really nice to talk to you guys, though. It's been a long time.
Yeah, same. It has, mate.
There was something you said before about music and the different tastes of music and how people might think that's weird. But we've had, you guys, us three, have had some great long conversations, maybe far too late at night, about music and how important all that other stuff becomes.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
and it makes you who you are. And the one thing I remember growing up as a kid is I saw no difference in all the music that was played to me as a child. It was all just music, you know. And my kids are the same now. I teach them the same thing. So I don't find it weird to listen to, you know, Johnny Cash or Ronnie Milsap and then listen to Metallica or Megadeth, and then Emmylou Harris and then Albert Lee, and like it's just all music, and I love it.
That's how we feel too, and I think there's good and bad music in every genre.
Absolutely.
Like, you know, just because this country doesn't mean it's all good. Just because it's metal doesn't mean, you know, like, and well, you know, so
absolutely.
Yeah, that's kind of a good song's a good song, regardless of what pigeonhole you want to put it in.
Totally right. Thanks so much for having me on here tonight, guys.
Thank you.
It's been really
I've always wanted to work with you in some way, shape, or form, whether it be write a song or do something. So
we'll do something. Yeah.
Maybe 2021. We could do something at some point. I would absolutely love that, mate. So
well, if you're ever let off, when you're let off the island, then we can work it out.
We can do it. Okay. Done. Hey, Shane, thank you so much for tonight and being so open. And
thanks,
that was
guys.
a great chat, mate. That was a great chat. Incredible performance, as always. So thank you, Shane. Absolutely.
It's great to see you guys.
Great to see you,
Take
mate.
care.
Stay safe.
Bye.
Stay safe.
Bye.
See you, mate.
See you.
What a great guy. And just, you know, I love, like, just picks up the guitar and starts singing, and it's just talent, it's just oozing out, you know. And now
his production is amazing too. Like
it's
Michael
incredible,
Ward
man.
Stuff is like, you know, Michael. You're going to meet Michael Ward if you haven't heard of him already in coming weeks. We're going to have him on the show, but he's an incredible lyricist. It's all such personal songs. I think you're going to love it. But Shane has played a massive part in bringing those songs to life. His production has perfectly matched the words that Michael is saying. So can't wait for you guys to hear all that stuff. It's going to be awesome.
Absolutely.
Tom, you've got the guitar, mate?
I've got the guitar. Look, I've been, you know, I'm struggling to think of songs every week. I won't lie.
I know, because we can't play the same song. Because, you know, I'm in the same boat. Like, it gets to Friday, and every week I get off and I say, I'm going to plan this week and really figure out something new. And then
it's
comes
hard.
Friday, I'm like, I've got to find something to sing tonight. But
it's hard. It's really hard. So, you know what I did today? I was driving in my car and I went,
yep.
You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pick 2 songs I hear on the radio today.
That's good. I like it.
So that is what I've done. So here we go.
Like it.
I was born in a small town and live in a small town. Probably die in a small town, all in small communities. All my friends, it's a small town. Parents live in a small town. My job is this small town, provides little opportunity. Ha! Educated in a small town, Taught the fear of Jesus in a small town. Used to daydream in that small town. Another boring romantic as me. But I seen it all in a small town. Had myself a ball in a small town. Married a girl, bought her to this small town. Now she's small town, just like me. Oh, I can't help forget from where it is that I come from. Yeah, the people who love me. Yeah, I can be myself right in a small town. People let me be just who wanna be. Hey! Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Got nothing against big town. Still hasty enough to say, look who's in the big town. But my bed is a small town, and that's good enough for me. I was born in a small town, and I can breathe in a small town. Gonna die in a small town, and that's probably where to bury me. Hey! Ooh, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. And no, no.
You very nice.
That is a
mate.
great.
You sound great singing that Mellencamp stuff.
Well, you know, I said this to Rachel Riley, who tunes in every week. I was talking about with my voice. You know, there's some songs if it's the right sort of song, it works. That works. But then some nights I take on other songs, and then I get about halfway through it, and I go, "This does not work for me."
That's very good, mate.
Well, look, if you're still watching out there, leave us a comment, hit the share button, hit like. We're having fun. We're going to do a couple more songs. Nick, what do you got for us?
Mate, well, before we do that, just want to give a little plug to this little show we've got going on. Our first show down in Hobart, it's in a church in St. David's Cathedral, acoustic.
We're playing in a church.
We're going to be playing acoustic songs. We're going to have keys. We're going to have Broad on guitar. It's going to be a real cool show. I'm going to play stuff from our very first EP all the way through to now and play some stuff that has not even been heard anywhere before. So we're really excited about that. But this one, another show got put on at 5 p.m. So it's going to be a double header. Geez, we're going to need to be a bit more match fit before that.
We are going to need to be really match fit. Look, I'm excited because
running a few miles, I reckon.
Look, we don't normally get to do a show where we literally go from the start of our music career, the EP, all the way through and sort of play it in that order. So I think it's going to be something really special for us and something different. And look, you know what? It could
totally finalise the set list yet, but you know, please let us know what you want to hear. But my sort of goal is that rather than just play every single we've ever put out off them, it'd be good to do let's do a couple of singles from each album, but let's also delve into ones that, you know, could have been singles and didn't quite get there for whatever reason, or should have been. And you know, like Red Dress is something people always really request. It was never a single, never had a clip, never had anything about it.
Great song though. Great songs cut through, and you wrote that. I watched you write that in a day off in Albury. You sat in a motel and wrote that song, and that's pretty. Wish they all happened that fast.
They did. All right, I'm going to do one. It's Father's Day this weekend. And yeah, so this song, we didn't write this one. This is a great song, but we used to play it back in the day, and it just seemed appropriate for a Father's Day style weekend. All right, let's do it. It's painted red, the stripe was white, it was 18 feet from the bow to the stern light. Second hand from a dealer in Atlanta, I rode up with Daddy when I went there to get her. And put on a shine, put on a motor, built out of love I made for the water. Ran her for years, till the transom got right. A piece of my childhood will never be forgotten. It was just an old plywood boat with a 75 Johnson electric choke. A young boy, 2 hands on the wheel. I can't replace the way it made me feel. And now turn her sharp and it make it wide. You say can't be the way an old woodbone rides. Just a little lake across the Alabama line, but I was king of the ocean when Daddy let me drive. Just an old short bed Ford my uncle Bo knew back in '64. Daddy got a ride cause the engine was soaking, couple burnt valves and he had it going. He let me drive her, we'd haul off her load down the dirt strip where we dumped trash off the thick pan road. Sit up in the seat, stretch my feet down to the pedals, smiling like a hero. I just received his medals. It was just an old hammer-down Ford with a 3-speed on the column and a dent in the door. A young boy, 2 hands on the wheel. I can't replace the way it made me feel. And I would press that clutch, keep it right. He'd say, little slower son, you're doing just fine. Dirt road with trash on each side, but I was Mario Andretti. Daddy let me drive. I've grown up now, 3 daughters of my own. I let them drive my old Jeep, the pastures of our home. One day maybe they'll reach back in their file, pull out that old memory, think of me and smile and say, just an old worn-out Jeep, the rusty old floorboard, and a heart on my feet. A young girl, 2 hands on the wheel. I can't replace the way it made me feel. It say, turn it left, steer it right, straighten up now, you're doing just fine. Little valley by the river where we'd ride, but I was high on a mountain when Daddy let me drive. Daddy let me drive. Oh, he let me drive. Just an old plywood boat with a 75 Johnson electric choke.
That was a great period in country music around that time.
There were some good songs in that sort of year, wasn't there? That's when we first sort of got CMC.
It was when we first got CMC, you know? And
it was like that, and the other one
Montgomery Gentry.
Was Montgomery Gentry, and
this is my town. No.
Tennessee River Run. That was the good one.
Yeah, Gerald Worth.
Yeah.
Well, we got time for a couple more, or what? Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get a couple quick more.
Okay. Now, I heard this on the radio today.
Okay. Talk to me.
Now, this could be a great example of bitten off more than you chew, but
I look forward to it.
Okay, here we go. Right. There's only one way to find out if I'm up to the challenge.
Watch that key change, mate.
Kids are driving Saturday afternoon, just pass me by. I'm just savoring from insides. We shared some history, this town and I can't stop that thoughtful God feeling of her. Try to book a room and stay the night. Number one is to find some friends to say, doing well. After all this time, you boys look just the same. Number two is a happy hour at the one or two motels. Memory in a place you remember so and so. Number three is never say her name. Oh, the flame trees are wide and weary driver, and there's nothing left to set by to this town. There's no change, there's no place. Everything within its place just makes it harder to believe you won't be around. Oh, who needs that sentimental bullshit anyway? Gonna take more than a memory, make me cry. Happy just to sit around a table with no friends, see which one of us can tell the biggest lies. And there's a girl, she fall in love by the pin on the stands. Local home factory outlet worker, it's toting hands. And she's wondering if he'll go or if he'll stay. Do you remember? Nothing stopped us on the field in our day. Oh, the flame trees, wide a weary driver, and there's nothing left to set by to this town. There's no change, there's no place. Everything within its place just makes it harder to believe she won't be around. Oh, the flame trees, wide a weary driver, and there's nothing left set by to this town. There's no change, there's no place. Everything within its place just makes it harder to believe she won't be around.
Not bad.
Not bad, not bad. I got the key change though.
It always throws me, that one.
Oh, I had to sit here for about half hour before and go like, what's the key?
What's going on?
Oh, that's
Mate,
fun.
next week's going to be a big show.
Next week's going to be a big show. We've been trying to get a hold of this man, but he's been out travelling the country doing all sorts of different things. We're very excited to announce next week, the one, the only, Adam Brand is going to be joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Big Brandy fans. We'll have to dig up those photos of us meeting him when we were kids.
We absolutely.
We'll do a few Brandy songs, you know. That'll be fun.
I thought I might just go out with this one. I wasn't going to do this, and I probably won't remember the words, but this is another one from that era that when we first got CMC.
It's a
Do I
good
need to
period.
put myself on the screen? Or you want to stay there?
Well, I mean, I can stay there and look at the screen, but maybe.
I'll put myself on. I just need to
Maybe just
I'll
put yourself
find a good
on.
chord. I'll end on that one and I'll do that. There's a tower on the rope above the swimming hole where Danny and Dave and Tim would go. Make up stories about girls they know, brothers and best friends. Now the dam's dried up and the rope is frayed, and Danny and Dave, they ran away. But Timmy, he just had to stay. 'Cause he's the last man standing on this ground. He's raised on this land and he won't let you down. All the other boys are packed up and gone. You can count on him to carry on, 'cause he's the last man standing. But sometimes late at night he dreams of places he won't see, and he says all they've got is me. Last man standing on this ground, raised on this land and won't let you down. All the other boys are packed up and gone. You can count on him to carry on, 'cause I'm the last man standing on this ground, lifting his mama and his daddy down. All the other boys are packed up and gone. Count on him to carry on, 'cause he's the last man standing. He's the last man standing. Stuffed it on the last chord.
That's okay. I often
couldn't
do
remember
that.
the second verse. I couldn't remember the second verse either. So
Second verse was Mama took a job at the general store. Tim had built a ramp for the front porch store. Daddy don't do much around here anymore, just sits and stares. Great song.
The
Do
other
it.
song
Let's just do
I used to love of his too was $20 out of Mama's purse, bought us a tank of gas and a package of tobacco. What a great song.
I'm going to go out and say, this is a big call, that would be up there for me, for like Australian country songs, like Australian uniquely country songs. That's I reckon that's top 10.
For sure.
That's big call.
For sure.
But I think it is, you know. Gives you a bit of hope.
Yeah.
Gives you a bit of hope. So maybe you can play that next week.
Yeah. Well,
We'll play it in Brand songs. What about the one he wrote with Graham Connors?
Good friends.
I wish you every happiness.
Oh yeah,
and
wish you good things.
Good things in life. Good Friends was actually written by, I believe, Don Walker from Cold Chisholm.
Oh, there you go. Well,
There you
we're
go.
going to find
Anyway,
out
we're going to find out next week.
All next week.
If there's anything you want us to play next week, leave a comment. Let us know. Appreciate you all. Stay safe. And yeah, important message I think we touched on tonight. We're talking to Shane. Look after everyone out there. Check in on your mates. Send them a message. Give them a call. Look after everyone, everybody. Have a great weekend and have a great week. And till next Friday night, we love you and stay safe, everybody.
Take care, guys. Have a great weekend.
See you guys.